It's Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home.
Mugamba mutya abatulaba abalungi nyina omukulu Mande Atigo olunaku lwaliro mukyaziza namukyazaako dda emirundi mingi leero mukomezaawo yonono director wa UDCATE akomyewo omulundi omulala atubuulire UDCATE ya last time yali etya era gwe ayetaaza okujja kuguno omulundi ayetaaza okujjako mu America nze chances nabagamba zisibuka wano gwe ayetaaga waliwo ekigambo mukwano gwange kasuku kyatera okugamba
tujjukizeemu
wayetaaga okubomba
ekyo kyennyini
sinze nkyogedde naye nga wonna wooli mwabali Abu Dhabi, Dubai nguyagala kuwulira yaga kujjako mu America it's an opportunity because in your culture jangu nate tukinyumirwemu Mande. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wasiramuka.
Kutidde.
Byonna wali wonna.
Byonna mbibaddemu mbitambulira.
Omukazi omusiramu n'akusiramula.
No, nasomera mbasiramu by the way ekibuli yes.
Yezomanyi salamu.
Nkimanyi era nina n'emikwano of course. Yes. Yeah, mbeeramu nabo netu. Yeah.
Esuna nkulaba.
Aya basi. Fuke Al-Hajj.
Of Al-Hajj.
Sibo kiri.
What is the beauty about being Al-Hajj?
You know what? Edini y'ekisiraamu of course is interesting. Ngenda nempuliriza abamaseeka nga babuulirira. And of course, nga bwe nkugambye emikwano nina mingi nnyo mu ddiini eyo. So when I look at them and their work ethic, what I know by a passion, if they decide to do something, by a passion.
Mande gw'osoma ddiini ki?
Actually, ndi raised a Catholic.
Oli mu Catholic?
Flavio, obadde ki? Tolaba sapuli. So, yeah. Born and raised. Mama yatukuza. Yali very staunch, yali very active mu church. Twasabiranga ku Matiya Mulumba, Old Kampala awo. Nze nasoma n'omugigi Kofulimansiyo byonna katempereze ne mu church.
So mwezi n'omusoma.
Byonna kwata tugende.
Ogirina?
Eyabatisimu?
Jiba kwanga bakubatiza.
Okyagirina? Ndi mubatize. Era bwogenda n'onoonyereza eyo mu records eyo onsangamu
Mande muhali
Matiya Mulumba ekyaliwo actually records babata
kikyobulayo kola
wabula sobola kufuuka mu father kyoka kyawo ndi disqualified kakati
nsonga kyezigana okufuuka omufather
obulamu obw'abafather bwe balina oyitamu sikyasobola kuqualify.
Lwaki?
Nali nina abaana.
Okay, ekyo
so kakati yes mba sikyasobola.
Bwoba ina abakitegeeza nti
ate siyinza kuddayo ne backtrack nga linga mwategedde mbazizaayo abaana tekisoboka.
Alex bwaba ina abaana kitegeeza ati kozi yakakwata sobola kufuka.
Flavia mbalamusiza nnyo awalaba Diaspora Connect.
Oh God,
yes.
That was just a by the way. Nayenga mbaniriza ku mukutu. Mande, let's begin a serious business now. That was just a by the way. So whoever is watching, Chigula Luji.
Yes.
Tugende maso gambote.
Sina problem.
Flavia. Omulungi omulala. Tugende maso.
Amanya n'eddoboozi Mande Atigo, director wa Uganda Diaspora Culture and Tourism event. Ate omwaka guno tulina East African Culture and Tourism Expo wano Dallas okuvanga July 1 paka nga 3. Oyo yenna ayagala otwegattako nga tonnaba weeyunire wali ka registration ka $250. Bw'oba oyagala kuba vendor ng'oyagala mudaala $5 wali ku Post Bank. Bw'oba oli Uganda, bw'oba nga toli Uganda ng'oli mu US, oli Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, oba ng'oli mu Europe, osobola actually okusasula online ku udcate.org. Tulinako link ya Eventbrite. Bw'oba olina debit card, credit card, osobola okuba nga akola ki ng'osasula. Oyo yenna ali mu America ng'oyagala kusasulira muntu wo ali e Uganda oba ali mu nsi endala, osobola okukozesa option ya Zelle oba Cash App. So zonna zitutuukako. Yes. Nze asinze tugutambuza tugezaako despite challenges eziriwo naye nga byo bimanyi kuwaguza. Tezibaamu. Flavia tetusobola kuzikiza oba kye baŋŋamba so buli lukya wabaawo challenges ezijja and kkiriza oba gaana tubaako of course n'abantu eyo betu inspiringa so nga buli mwaka olina okuba nti okyusaamu and you improve it noyongera okuba inspiringa tosobola kusigala ku level y'emu so you have to change it up and of course the competition granted tuyina competitive advantage so kati of course n'omulala yenna ayagala okukola ekyo kyoyagala okukola of course ne bwoba olina akatiba oba blueprint olina okuba nga okyusaamu ekintu ekyo okuba nti abantu oba keeping engaged and excited nga balinda kyekyo ekiddako so that's why last year bwe twalaunchinga twali ku Uganda then this year of course kati focus eri ku the East African region oba oli awo tugenda going Africa okitegedde so that we have to keep on dreaming so waliwo mentor wange yaŋŋamba nti dreams zo bwe zibanga they are not big to scare you then they are not big enough.
So your dreams have to be big enough to scare you.
Nawe kenyini ne webuuza n'akituukako. If they don't excite you and scare you at the same time, you're not dreaming big enough. Ate n'ekirala, dreams remain dreams if you don't have goals. Because dreaming by itself is a recipe for disappointment. So olina okuba bw'oba olota olina okuba ne goals zoyagala otuukeko. And you have to be consistent and persistent and committed. Otherwise, tojja kutandika. Ate bw'onaatandika tojja kumala. Gwe emirundi 7 osituke 8 and keep on going.
Tell us about last year's event. Yali Boston, UDCATE.
Last year's event, okuba nti no, it was the first event. Jukira twali twagala kulaunchinga mu 2019, but because of COVID ne tupushinga. But mukama n'atukwatirako last year of course jukira wali wakyaliwo ka travel ban testing nga bakyali aganaga naye ne tugamba nti either way tulina okusimbula banaatusangayo so ne tulaunching last year in Boston and we could have moved it but since the initial launch was supposed to be in Boston so ne tugamba we'll stick with it so ne tustickinga ne Boston ne tulaunching twali ku Westin last year twaliyo ku Memorial Weekend, May 30th, twali wali ku Weston. So I would say being the first event, we feel good about it. Kubanga twakolagana ne ba stakeholders abenjawulo okusooka njagala kwebaza companies such as Postbank ezayimirira naffe, New York Mission, batwegattako, then ne NIRA Uganda nesindika ababaka okujja okolaki okuba involved mu okuwandiisa abantu ebintu by'endagamuntu so njagala kugamba Flavia nti no n'abantu bennyini abaali basaba visa okujja mu UDCATE granted twatandika kupushinga towards the end of December 2021 nga event ya May 2022 so we had a span of literally less than 6 months to pull this off.
Literally?
Yeah.
That
will be the death of you.
I know.
Today,
literally.
Yeah,
literally.
That one. So actually, when number 6 months, it was actually 5 months to the event. So nga bwomanyi nti no, there've been challenges even today. Abantu nti asasude registration okufuna date ya interview tebiba byangu ogenda n'olingizaayo nga kati right now oyinza okulingizaayo ne bagamba dates ze balina ziri mu December of 2023 kyokka ng'omukolo gwa July naye nga tetunaba kutuukayo today ku last year's event so with literally 5 months to the event ne tutandika okupushinga we had about 120 people register okuva Uganda. Out of 120 people, nsanvu mu omu, like 71, basobola okukola ki? Okufuna visa in that span. So we were very excited that is an achievement and a milestone on our end. Tuvuddewo nkugambye companies nga Postbank zayimirira naffe, the New York Mission yali naffe, you know. So we had other local companies that we were working with. Now some of them are like, okay, let's look at next year. Nezimo okuva Uganda, they're like, let's look at next year. Since this time around, quotas, budgets, zifulumi and all that. So we didn't get a whole lot of companies, but the few that came, we were excited about them. Never vendors locally abaja to be with us, we were excited to have them. So kakati, when you look at numbers ngaba registering okufuna endagamuntu, we had 171 Ugandans, no, 189 Ugandans aba signing up for endagamuntu. Era ne bazifuna.
Wow.
Exactly. So yeah, so that was a milestone in itself. So that means we were dealing with different stakeholders. And during event here, of course, we had exchange conversations with different stakeholders. People were able to use that platform to meet and greet and, you know, strike deals, whichever ones. I've not done follow-up or kumanya how those deals went, but it was something for us to build on. And the pride and the reason I work with my head or my heart, you know, is when tunuulira attendance gye twalina, success rate z'abantu abava e Uganda, abantu abasobola okufuna endagamuntu, then with that short span of time abantu abasobola otwegattako like agencies and, you know, state agencies ezasobola otwegattako. So that means they saw something in what we're trying to do. Until there is value to it, there is something we are giving back. I believe until no, fena, you know, zenga chinomu oba gwe Flavia, name it, Alex aliko camera and stuff like that, Elijah, until we have a responsibility. Finger individuals. One, to promote our country in a positive light. Nti the world cannot just see nti abantu bakubiddwa emigo bakoze biki buli wamu kibaawo ne capital ya US ne capital ya US was attacked. Not so? Yes. See what you did? Yeah. So no country doesn't have any blemish. But all of us can agree, you know, when it comes to image and CEO and the tourism aspect of things is key when it comes to foreign exchange earning. You know, we know, you and me know, you know, tourism is a major foreign exchange earner for Uganda. And that we don't want Uganda to be on let's say, one of those countries listed to watch out for when you're traveling. We don't want that. We don't want to be blacklisted. So, and we want to create excitement, Flavia, in people wanting to go and visit Uganda and the East African region. And we can only do that if we bring it out in a positive light and we share some of the places, Zidieka, that actually people can go to. So I believe that we can do that. Nechidala, Flavia, is that culture is also an aspect of tourism. Flavia, there are people that are trying to figure out heritages zawe, African Americans. Bagezako kola that DNA tree. Simanyi oba wali ogiwuliddeko. Ludacris recently was trying to become a citizen of Kenya. So the thing is, these guys are trying to find countries on the African continent where they can trace their lineage. Nzenawe, we have a unique opportunity, Flavia. Nti omanyi gye bakuzaala ne gye bakuziika. So kati n'abaana boozaddewo olina omukisa okubatwalayo n'obalagayo. So that when these kids grow up and they're in that position to be like, okay, you know what? Mvawa, where's my heritage? They know exactly. They can trace their heritage. Ate n'ekirala, one thing kye tubuusa amaaso, nti bw'otunuulira today, where aid is allocated to these African countries and where investors decide to go, nabana bakola charity where they decide to go, it's based on what is in their face. Techewunyisa nti bajagenda South Africa or bajagenda Nigeria. Guess what? Those are the countries in their faces. That's true. And their people have done a great job to push that. Katife, what have we done to push our country?
We are trying, but I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Where is the Uganda Tourism Board in all this? You're ready for sponsors. They're nowhere.
See, I reached out to them. I didn't get feedback.
Why?
However, hey, I don't know. And I look in the camera. I reached out to them, didn't get feedback. Now, what I'm trying to say is, just because I've not received feedback from them, it does not stop UDCATE from moving forward.
That's true.
And doing what it does.
In your objectives as to promote the Ugandan tourism.
Exactly.
You understand?
That's right.
As me, Flavia, would think our Ugandan Tourism Board, be also could on board okuyambako okurunning this whole project. Because it does not benefit you as an individual alone,
Right.
but it benefits everybody as a Ugandan, Uganda as a country, because
Right.
tourists baleeta omusimbi mungi mu nsi yattu Uganda.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So bali badde basooka okujja okwegattako ne tukola ekintu kuba ekintu kino.
And my hope is this, Flavia. Nti bwe ntuula wano naawe and we talk about such issues, I'm hoping one of them out there is watching this and they're like, you know what? Twekolemu omulimu, tuswaleko, twesitukiremu. And let's reach out, make it happen. Because the thing is, sometimes also, bakubuuza, walingawo engombo, government yetuyambe, okitegeera, then my thing would be, gwe government yo oba ensi yo, ogiyambye otya. So exactly, kati nze, my thing now was, I have something to show. Last year is testimony that these things can be done. So hopefully they'll recognize that and say, hey, you know what? Let's work together. Let's partner with this organization. Yeah.
Did you send the message to the right people? Manya shoshi mataringa.
Chikuru nnyo.
Oyinza okubanga weza message. Ngoweza jeno. You have to have contacts. Those people that do matter. The decision makers. Tozina tuzinoonye.
Decision makers ezo, I can actually pull up my email just to prove to you. Now, of course, sometimes communications is, zigenda to maybe the secretary, or maybe a PA, maybe nezita making up a desk.
Nedda wuliriza bano ba PA ba secretary tekigwa. Olina okugira bali bennyini abatuufu.
Right.
N'obaweereza on their personal numbers. N'obakubira. You go to Uganda.
Yes.
You set meetings with them and all that.
Right. Now, what I could say is I think I've reached out to folks within UTB. Emails zangu zirabanga. Okitegeera. So okay. Okitegeera. So exactly. That would help. But ekiriwo kiri nti Flavia, I think kyenasalawo ne UDCATE as a director fe tutandike.
And thank you so much.
Exactly. Then along the way, batusange.
How was the turn up? The local turn up?
Local turn up, ndozojjukira. Local turn up, we started off well, especially bw'olaba our program on Friday. Friday was lit. And Saturday, the challenge we had, of course, there was propaganda, trying to introduce into so and so is NRM and what and politics warfare, which was so sad and unfortunate that truthfully we had a youth group that was supposed to perform, but then yali akulidde organization yeyo bagiyita Africano Waltham or something like that. So we had talked to the administrators bulungi ahead of time. And they were part of the program to perform because they were youth and they were supposed to perform. Then apparently now calls were being made locally. Now threatening by parents baba na abana.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. So then the parents had to call to withdraw their kids.
I know. Because of fear.
Yes. So last minute I get a call Saturday afternoon. Sanga munana mwenda. Nti they are pulling out. They're not going to be able to perform.
That was bad.
But this is something that we had talked about and had in place going back like 4 or 5 months ago. So that in itself, of course, it was a setback, and there were calls within the community itself discouraging people, bagenda gabobotwa, bagenda kola bichi, and sadly, some of the people that were championing that nga bali ku street bakotezi placards and stuff like that. Bogenda ku website ya UDCATE nolaba ebifaananyi bya ddiini ebyo. Some of them were in that ballroom.
Bali bafaaki. Neba na Uganda mulabe edduka.
They were there. They were there. So kakati, I literally walked up to him and I'm like, hey, I hope you're happy, and welcome, at least you can listen and get to see what we have to offer abantu that you discouraged to come and what they're going to be missing out. And of course, I don't know about or something like that. But then I'm like, okay, after we fed everybody, till today, sinawulira yo yafa. Kwa bali bagamba nti tugenda gaba obutwa, and all those things, those funny things. Now, it is chiri sad, Flavia. Until in a diaspora, we can afford to get involved in such cheap politics or, this semantics, kwagamba. It's to where even if someone is willing to do something that is to benefit NC as a whole. By the way, Flavia, the other thing is this. Nti chenjagala pointing out. Some of these people are abachikuba that abakubanga masimu on the back end ya jana agamba osobola okumpera omuntu wange invitation. And you know for a fact this person was out there sabotaging your event.
But Manda, do you go lwachi olirize ngambo?
Siwuliriza ngambo. Flavia, like sometimes you have screenshots of these messages, you have recordings. Sirozo bo sobola okuphotoshopinga audio recording y'omuntu.
Kusobola editing.
Kati boji editing nga ayogera UDCATE ate jikuba ate temugenda bagenda gaba obutwabo.
Anyway, sina gwe mpolereza I'm just saying.
Ochitegera. So it is unfortunate that would happen. Actually bino byenjogera si hearsay.
Byakutuka kudala.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And unfortunately tetusobola ku making a progress in this diaspora bwetubanga twekuba bwetu kyo.
Mande kankubuuze, do you think there's somebody trying to fight your project?
I don't know. Sijja kukyogera ke. See, I don't know for a fact if just knowing to know all I've seen are audios
and messages and all that.
Then waliwo buno bu Facebook live obwo buyita obwo.
Yes.
So some bloggers n'atuula wali and of course points out into event emoji boycotting and
that means people from here feed them with information.
Naye Flavia, I mean I cannot expect buli omu okunjagala. And honestly speaking, some people are enemies of progress that will not want to see you do something even if they know munda nti it's something that is going to benefit the community. And goboli yao naye kenyini chinzo mu benefiting somehow. Maybe they would rather themselves be the ones in that position, which is understandable. But why don't you come, then we work together and figure it out. Netugamba, okay, you know what? Okay, you want to be a part of this? Oba nawe, ask me how I'm doing it, Flavia. Kati bw'olwana ffenna ne tugwa, who is going to hold that flag high?
Wakiri fena tubeerawo nga tugudde then lwaki gwe you want to shine alone?
Ne ate kati Flavia, it's not like a candle yo bwe ngizikiza eyange egenda kushininga brighter.
That's true. So ngate mpaka lyo nange neyaka.
Room yonna tukola ki?
Tutwaka. Yeah, that's true.
Bwe ndowooza.
Yeah, you bali mutuufu.
So it's I actually nkubiriza anyway of anyone out there already bad mind, bw'okuba omuntu doesn't make sure kiringa omuntu bwatta munne as though yeta afe.
Example libwet kiringa omuntu agobesa munne ku mulimu ng'alowooza nti akasente akabadde bamuwa
kagenda kudda ewuwe
ate ne katagendayo ali watu n'akabanga nini bamugoba
okitegedde
omubuuza wali ofaaki
n'omubuuza gye yali akikuba akizza si bootera okugamba. So anyway, it's unfortunate nti we've gotten to that. I tell that is a very serious problem gye tulina mu diaspora communities. Nti nno tulina ogwo omuze ogw'okkuba. Can you imagine omuntu okkubira immigration nti Flavia ali wali talina mpapula oba Atigo ali wali talina mpapula?
Mwebiri wano mu America?
My dear.
Nali ndiwulira Bungereza.
Flavia oli ku America ki?
Hey, America yaffe ye California. Omwe gye ebire ne Dallas. No, wait a minute.
Anyumiza gwe yakoowa.
No. Let us be realistic, Mande. I last had those stories, but muvubuka ku TikTok yanga ba Flavia nze bana Uganda baleke omwana yampita immigration. Naye nga ali London. Mu America webiri wano.
Yes, these cases have happened now. And nemu Dallas mwenyini a while ago. There were individuals that are known abalinga bakubira immigration essimu, about certain community members.
Nga bafaaki.
Ekyo bw'okimbuuza simanyi nawe nnyinza kikuddamu.
Jesus Christ. Nene dda bannayuganda tweddeko ate otususse nnyo. That is so bad.
It is unfortunate, but sadly, it does happen. And erudda, bwe tuba tunenya abantu abagamba nti nze communities z'abannayuganda zantama saagala zibeere. Exactly. Kati omuntu bw'encountering ebintu ng'ebyo. Kakati kizibu mukakasa nti there is a good to being part of a community.
Kakubuuze kati okubira immigration ezenzizayo e Uganda wembadde embeera gwobeerewo oba empapula zaabadde bampa gwozifune
Sikitegeera.
No, that's so bad. Like, seriously, if it's happening in America, no. Uganda, let's check ourselves.
It has happened before, and ate kati twagera ne tuyingiramu lu politics luno. Okitegeera, as kwegamba nze, what I don't understand, Flavia, nti, and I might be misquoted mu kino, naye I hope banfuna bulungi exactly. Nze ndowooza, Flavia, regardless of color gy'oyambadde, nange gye nnyambadde, bwe mba nfunye ekizibu nga gwe neighbor wange, I'll reach out to you. Ate n'ekirala, nze ndowooza mu kulowooza kwange, kuba tojja kgenda wamu na Kenya, nja kgenda ewuwo, Flavia, regardless of color gy'oyambadde. Back in the day, we were okay. Now, ekirala kye njagala okwogerako nti nno nze naawe we tuba wano mu diaspora, I know balimu akagamba kali nti regardless of color gy'oyambala, ne bagenda ne bagamba nti nno nze depending on color gye nnyambadde nnyinza okuinfluencing abali e Kampala by okuweereza ssente and tell them nti mulonde bwe muti oba mukole bwe muti. There is that narrative, but I don't
Does
believe
it work?
It doesn't work, come on. Kuba kye nkugamba nti nno ekiri eri e Kampala n'ekiri wano totally different. Nti nno regardless of nze kye ndowooza ne bwe neekalakaasa ntya, it is not going to stop the sun from rising at Entebbe or at State House, whatever. So the energy that I'm going to dedicate towards making noise and doing what and kuteekamu ssente ngenze kwekalakaasa eno ngenze kwekalakaasa eri nga rent wali due, I would rather you prioritize ebintu ebimu. Okitegedde? If you really are so affected, fena to have a Kampala for different reasons. If you really feel like you want to have an impact, okay, we can talk all we want. I'll promise you we can talk all we want. But I think oli bwaba awulira they can have an impact, maybe go down there.
And if I can't go down
Ku front line. Kati Flavia, and the politics namwesonyiwa, first of all.
Manya kubuuza oli kala ki?
And is it-
Wesonyiwa waaki?
By the way, I don't think politics feeds my family.
That's the problem, Mande. Mwabagamba nti
No.
politics muvuddemu mwe muli.
Here's the
mwe
thing.
muleze ekizibu.
Kubanga, no, Flavia, here's the thing. People like me will engage. I've been a UNA president before. I've met the president of the Republic of Uganda, Mr. I've talked to him one-on-one. Okay? I've raised issues as it were affecting Anga diasporans. And that's the other thing to know, government we have to engage it, regardless of who is in power. No power, movement power, we still have to engage the government of Uganda. Kumanga Flavia, I think when I met the president, we were soliciting visa fees bazikendeze from $100 to $50. Kakati opposition yali badde kendeza sente ezo. Era government yalina ozikendeza eri in power is sitting and bazikendeza from 100 to 50. Visa fees are $50.
Oh, ng'ogenda eri.
Exactly.
Okay, bali manye, okay, yes.
Yeah, ng'ogenda Uganda. Yeah. As America, we don't have any control over that. Okitegedde? So there was that issue right there. Then nechendaga muntu. It was a process of soliciting for that. N'abali mu diaspora bajje basobola. Jukira before wayina ng'ogenda Uganda okufuna endaga muntu. Nowadays, if NIRA can send people over here, ne bajja ne registering abantu okufuna endaga muntu, it's not by mistake. These were things that we pushed for. Abamu bagana obyogerako, but those are facts.
Did you, kyogamba byatandika ku kisanja kyo?
Go back in the history of finding out the first time NIRA came to a UNA convention okuwandiisa abantu.
Which year was that?
The first time NIRA came, when we saw participation, because that conversation started in 2016 into 2017. And 2017 is when we saw really major participation. Okay. So these were things that were started way back. So oli omuntu ne bwaba akiwakanya, but if we go back in the records,
It's already there.
It's there. Oshaba, so you can't run away from these facts. So ebintu nga bino byenkunyonyola Flavia, some of these things you have to engage government to get them done. Okitegeera, whether regardless of color joina. So kakati nze wegambira nti now of course after going through all that atenze webyantamira wano Flavia nti you would spend your own money because UNA is a volunteer organization. You're not paid. You're not paid.
Mande wafuna mwali sente mu UNA.
Ate kati zaava wanti zagenda mu account ya Atigo.
Hey.
How?
Simanyira nti
Ate kati that's the thing tino bwogenda ne mu records za UNA. And it was ekisanja kyange is the first time UNA has ever been audited by a professional independent body. Nti ba hiring a company firm to come and audit UNA.
Who hired the company?
It was the BOT that oversaw that, but it was my administration jibasoko auditing.
How were the outcomes? Clean, eh?
Okujjako abantu okugamba nti no ono yagenze simanya mu CVS simanya I mean that nonsense kakati n'olaba nti no. And Flavia, by the way, the whole time you would see me in Uganda, I would travel and take away from my family nenegulira ticket nenesafisa again okusola nenefeeding.
So people thought you are using the organization's money.
Okitegeera, but when you go back to the books, none of that was there. Okay. And that's what people don't understand.
So Monday,
yeah.
What should we expect this time? UDCATE? No. You changed the name, by the way. East African
Culture and Tourism Expo.
East African Culture and Tourism Expo.
Yeah.
This year, July.
In July, ngabolabi kali nga tutandika nakugambye nti every year you have to change things a bit. You have to keep it entertaining and keep it more engaging. So this year we should expect to collaborate the entire East African community involved. Last year in Boston it was mostly Uganda.
This time we expect Uganda.
Abanyarwanda, Abarundi, Abakongo, Abatanzania, Abanakenya, Southern Sudan. That is really what Ochitegede. We've engaged Abakongo. We have a Congolese band already in place. There is an artist based one of Dallas. He appeals to the Rwandese and Burundian community, and he also has local dancers because instruments is really local, so he's going to be part of us as well. Of course, tuina Uganda betugenda okozesa. We do have a gentleman, Aveda Austin. He's bwatandika bakisimba, you can't believe, bakumpanira, but I've never seen you now. Owange eyo gyempitira eyo munkuba eyo, but in a good way, Flavia. So Flavia, here's the thing, tugenda kubaawo ate this time around twagala n'abazungu bajje babere part of these events. Until now, we are hoping to engage like nga local channels all over Dallas ne Fort Worth to try and but tuyisizeeko kokobolango in partner with them. So we want to see those people come in. Twagala kuba ne sessions ng'osobola okugenda wali ne bakuba engoma enganda nga kids will come in nga waliwo session yekyo nga batuula ine saako nga tulina instructor makati wali n'atandika walking us through that whole situation.
Austin kankuyo nanga kalango gatako n'omuvubuka we Boston, omuvubuka yali kuba bulungi ebivuga ino kwange mumanyi bamuyita Muluya. Okay. Yes.
Probably we are going to work together.
What maybe last year. I can give you it.
Let's do it because now we are trying to really go traditional. Kuba omuntu ayinza okungamba kati bayimbi ki bagenda okuleeta okuva e Uganda.
Dance and beats again.
There you go. So kakati, so we are really trying to go traditional. And twagala tubeere n'emidaala nga bantu tulinawo muna Kenya afumba wali tulinawo muna Uganda tulina okite nyama choma etooke wali tulinayo n'abe Ethiopia abayina omugaati gwabwe ogwo ogustretchinga. So we're really trying to let it be like a real festival.
Monday, is this a one man's what do you have other people that you're working with? Because engage your client nga mwe bitwenda banga bingi for a person omuntu omu.
Nina timu emabega wange ekola nange.
Hey. Are they doing a good job?
They're doing a good job. And it's a small team though. Si timu nene. And the reason I keep it small is when it comes to managing and decision making.
And accountability.
Exactly. So really my team is small. It's about 6 people.
You need more. You need more.
By the way, when it gets beyond 8 people, okay, tusobola okwongerako, but when a team gets beyond 8, even research tells us that decision making in that process, you know, exactly. So there's need to keep it just small enough to where we are effective. Omanyi event no sinene nyo, by the way.
No.
Because I mean, I've been part of bigger events, and of course, UDCATE is still growing. So it's not like that is already there,
Yeah.
been there for 35 plus years and stuff like that. UDCATE is just 2 years in the making. So baby steps. As we get bigger, maybe we shall need other people to come work with us. I would rather have service providers than have people. Nemanya nti, yeah, we are contracting out abantu ne bajja ne tukola nabo, but after that they move on. They are paid exactly.
So for
rather
those vendors abetaaga okukola ebintu byabwe abaagala okujja ofumba obutogo, please register abantu bagenda okujja nga bukimu tukinaali.
Absolutely. $5 zokka.
Omudaala gwa $5.
Yeah, omudaala 5. Then of course we shall run some discounts, but $5 gwa 5, registration is $250. But then again, as we get closer to the event, we shall be working out some promotions, kwata tugende, especially for those that are here. A number yesimu, WhatsApp number.
24/7. The fact that we have time differences.
Right.
Mutuwema enamba z'amasimu ez'okubako nga tewali azikwata n'owuliriza WhatsApp nemalako ennaku 4 nga baagisoma ne teri akuddamu.
Yes.
Mande namba ki twatuwayo ya WhatsApp ng'omutuufu, like you send a message, response immediately.
WhatsApp message number egenda kubeera +1 972 799 1241. Now eri +1 972 799 1241. So you can also look reaching out to Jetuli. Now Flavia Chogambye Chirinti, because of time difference and whatnot, Kali WhatsApp messaging is obutadibwamo immediately, right then. But I can guarantee you, we'll get back to you to kuwe information yona jeweetaga. Ate nekirala Flavia, ebiseera ebisinga though tugezaako so much okuwa abantu bano information upfront. Nti omuntu ayagala okuregisteringa nkoze ntya nti $225 genda ku postbank oba genda ku website yaffe udcate.org. Technology atuyamba lately nti no bwoba registering online nfuna flag immediately nti so and so has registered net processing invitation yo netugikuweereza. Ate we capture your email as well nti no kitwanguyira, so that way even if there is limited human contact, nti we still can get you that invitation quicker. Then nekirala bwogenda postbank nosasula, postbank naye tubuulira so and so paid netuweereza invitations zaabwe. Normally our goal is to send those invitations within 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, sometimes things over happening, but that is the goal, and so far we're doing well on that.
Thank you so much. Now my last question.
Yes.
There are those people that bought invitations mwaka guli
Yes.
ne zibatuukako naye ne batafuna appointments ku embassy. Ate nkopoza basuubire refund of their money oba basuubire okubaweereza invitations empya.
Typically, we don't do refunds to transferring registration to somebody else. However, okay, look, and so can Tandike went. Nti omuntu yene yafuna invitation last year, not afuna date. Tubawa invitation yenala. Toyina kudamu kusasula. We give you another invitation n'ogenda this year. Now, guno mwaka singa omuntu yenna asasula agenze ku interview chiganye. What we could do for them, we can have them transfer that registration to somebody else. Atigo nfunye registration sisobodde kujja naye Flavia asobola okukola ki?
Okay.
Asobola ogiyingirirako. Yes. Then Flavia nze na mpeyinga exactly,
yes,
or even immediately. So we allow that to happen. Yes, so we have that. Yes, my dear.
I've heard about omuntu ali mu post bank ayambako abantu kukola paperwork.
Right.
Wa East African Tourism and Culture Expo.
Right.
Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. And here's the thing again. Fenga East African Culture and Tourism Expo. We can advise Ochtegera naye we do not issue visas. Ochtegede. Yeah. So webale nyo. So exactly. So yes, to so based on some information Jetuina and the experience tusobola okuyambako and walk you through n'okujjuzamu your DS160 online bichebyo. Yeah, absolutely. Ebyo bizibu. And of course it's imperative that you work with somebody amanyi what they're doing.
So ngenda mu post bank n'empaya ebiri byange mu ataano.
Yes.
Omuntu ono mufuna antya?
Omuntu ono her name is Florence.
Okay.
Yeah, ali ku head office. Opposite Cham Towers Kunkuruma. So she's in Summit Banking. So you can always omuntu yenna osobola okwogera naye. We can even share the number on here if it's okay.
Yeah, it is.
So they can always ask for her for guidance. Then ne bakola ki? N'abayambako mu process eyo. So and that number, we baba bali ready, I'll provide that number. Your number 0783 377 999.
Okay. Enamba eyo gye batusomye ye Uganda yabo abasasudde sente za UDCATE za East African Tourism and Culture Expo. Okuyambako okujuzaamu paperwork. Tagaba visa mu kihala. Quote me right. She does not issue out American visas, but she helps you okola paperwork oyo more so owa event eno yennyini gy'olaba right now ku channel. Mande nsaba otusibule. Unless mwena akatalekeka.
Kamba sibule.
Mozoka kuwewa kusechikowe. Olinga abadde kukanayo.
Oh, meanwhile, nda kutumirako Fifi.
Dakwini.
Fifi dakwini.
Muno wonyo.
Bwogambye akanayo cyani
n'omujjukira. Tongamba nti
oba oli awo Fifi dakwini maybe ayinza n'okubeera MC ku mukolo gwaffe obadde otya.
Yagenda okujanga MC.
I mean, ngamba. Wouldn't you love that?
Of course, why not?
Yeah, definitely.
I miss her.
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. So now I've seen her in action.
Yeah, kago otugotumideko.
No. Nchatumira abantu banje. Anti gwogize kayo chani. Njagala kutumirako of course abana bange, my family here, you know, in the US. Definitely family yange nene. I have a brother here, I have a nephew here. Bonna mbatumirako abo bonna abagala UDCATE aba registering omwaka guno aba registering last year abafunye da visa. By the way, manyi twatandise dda okufuna visa obadde otya. Yes obadde ki. Yeah, 35 and counting.
Already?
Yes,
from Uganda?
Yes, ate nga abantu bakyagenda. So oyo yenna atannaba ku registeringa.
Man, you've already gotten visas from Uganda?
Yes, we have. Obadde otya.
Manda ologerawa.
Owange. Nakaya ndi mukatuliki siroga.
Muzako katonda akola koji.
Good deeds Flavia. Na kubeera transparent eri abantu. Nakwagaliza ng'omuntu Flavia. Nange kenyini okujja ku America waliwo eyanyamba. So exactly, you extend that favor. So yeah, bonna mbatumira, you know, aba bafunye visa. So our sponsors, you know, that have come through, the vendors, bonna Dallas community, you know, thank you for the love. You know, keep that love pouring. You know, that's about it, Flavia. And of course, now abakuwa obudde ne bakufisiza obudde ku Diaspora Connect.
UG bringing you closer to home. Exactly. Numbers are growing each and every day. So katuchikube.
Tuli kwa subscribers bameka.
Tuli banji nyo mwana mama.
Guno mwako yagala ku hitinga meka.
Njagala mitwalo 10.
Aya basi.
Njagala mitwalo 10 olchikuba bwenti. Nganzile Uganda nga.
Tufune ka plaque kafe. Ompitanga.
Naye banange ene tukafuna mande.
Ompitanga.
Nja kujanja wazakali abantu mu Diaspora munkoze bulungi nnyo. Moso mu America, bali Saudi Arabia, abali London, Dubai, Qatar, abali mu Gulf awo. Abana bala obuntu buno. And they give you feedback.
And by the way, I want to tell you this. You know, I've had a few individuals reach out to me. Nebagambi simbaji jeku show.
Nyongero jigaba. Mande pereza zero.
So I want to appreciate. Oboli awo gendo kuba n'emigabo
mu kambone aneda kansoke fune Zelle. Mande ndiku Zelle, ndiku Cash App, ndiku Mobile Money, ndiku Western Union, ndiku PayPal, ndiku Venmo, ndiku ndi ku direct deposit sagala wekwasa no wandika check Mary Flavia namuli
credit card nazo
Diaspora Connect UG Mubere bulungi bana Monday, thank you so much man before coming through time I call you by the way
and thank you for loving me and giving me the opportunity by the way chimai buli wenkubaka simu buli kimoso kano kiteke bali
wendi nimi embozi yange tebalifa
I'm telling you
njabanyumiza
yogenda banyumiza
bile 16 chewangula ujikoleko mtitizi wano tuli abantu babiri era bo manda kuba manda emisinde ndakaza sibula
chebaliza mukama mwebale nnyo bannange please go ahead and register and from East African Culture and Tourism Expo on behalf of that organization I remain my Atigo and we look forward to seeing you in Dallas over
I'll be there also in Dallas Banange. I'll see you. I love you so much. My editor Wajid Kasendwa, thank you so much. Camera person Alex Sentongo onkozo obulungi obw'ekitalo. Wamu n'omukulu Elijah naye abadde ku camera this time round. Mubeere bulungi tubagala nnyo mweraba.
You're watching Diaspora Connect UG. The views expressed on this program or commentary are solely of the individuals providing them and do not represent or reflect the official policy or position of this YouTube channel or its management. You've been watching Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home.